In 1958, history not the lie. It did there. Make sure history a repeating why a Kwame Nkrumah time or find it difficult. How an NPP for some kuno. The same way a NPP person kujo Mahama. And the Edao Mano. Today, when they get every opportunity, they are not shy. First, normally see, right now they are making it clear because some of them say it will take 42 years before they come to power. Makachro, every time they are in opposition, they are more lethal, they are more deadly, they are more daring. The only option to them, and not for them, when they are in opposition, is to assassinate people to take power. In 1958, just a year after independence, whispers of dissent were already growing. One evening in Accra, Nkrumah's convoy was ambushed by unknown gunmen. A shot rang out, missing him narrowly. This incident was hushed with no official statement, but it marked the beginning of a dangerous pattern. Power had enemies and they were watching. In 1958, right after independence celebration, Kwame Nkrumah enam kwansu kofie, they tried to assassinate Nkrumah. Omo botuo ema intuo no anya Kwame Nkrumah. And Nkrumah ka say no problem. Mo sa nyoma we e de ehu ba wetu kuro nim. Onim say yankofo don peso mu kuno. But Nkrumah ka say ma mo yenye hu dede because onim be be free ba. Onim ne nkofo. Onim say sankofo we they want to eliminate him. They want to kill him. This was 1958, the silent shot. Independence. Just a year after independence. Enyumre na Kwame Nkrumah na the car, the convoy ekofie, omo ambushi no, omo cross cars no, and omo botu Kwame Nkrumah etuo no anka no. This is 1958. Remember, your independence in 1957. Into almost started some Nkrumah right after Nkrumah declaring independence. Remember, before Nkrumah declared independence, and I see independence, no time Nkrumah Chokoma Queen said Ghana is ripe to be its own country, and that we need our independence. No, Sanko for we are extra letter Koma Queen, England, Ekachre, a queen, say Omon Pene, na Omon say a crony be free Ghana home. These are the same people I there from UP4, NLM. Letter no try no, Omon free mensia, and Omon call a queen ho. Say yanti a crony beam for momo. Not the Nkrumah bedisuno, yenya Ghana for no de omonti omo. These are facts. This is history. And to remember, Nkrumah bedi president no, na enye obia na ye ne de. Na enye obia na ye ne de. So be de Nkrumah bedi president Ghana ebefa ntuma pay fra. In 1958, that was the first time they tried to assassinate Kwame Nkrumah. Now, and so they decided to move forward a little bit. Now, July 1962, NFL Kumasi Congress chaos. Bibi ko si wa santimemu. 1962. Now, during a CPP party congress in Kumasi, Nkrumah stood before a crowd of loyalists and skeptics alike. As he addressed the nation's future, gunmen attempted to fire from the crowd. Security intervened just in time. The attempt was buried in official silence, but insiders knew the opposition was no longer just political, it was personal. Kwame Nkrumah in 1962, Oko Kumasi, July, na CPP for your campaign, omo ya rally, and Nkrumah ko kasaye. Ojina stage suno, omo ano omo from adofo, and the Ghana for mobile so mobetie Kwame Nkrumah no sem no. Na NPP for omo call for ni bi wom. Omo tutuo. Kwame Nkrumah security etumi make sure say sa etuo no anka Nkrumah. And then the friend no Kumasi Congress chaos. Kumasi na nkom beso mu Kwame Nkrumah Kumasi. All this time the NPP wanted power. And they were doing it through other means. Omo yi omo nim. They never came out openly to say yeah, but we all know the history showed us to say because yen ni mukrampo no buzia okotena Togo na ochrochro nsemba Ghana efuele nkofo bi so Nkrumah na JB Dankwa omankasa JB Dankwa founder no ono so ne anim so oye adwuma ema edien CIA na omoton Ghana ehun nsem ema brofo say ekuro no odi dwuma etia Ghana krono. Where NPP no, I'm bringing you from the back. You don't need a PhD, a doctorate to understand this. We're a basic. History has repeated itself, but ended the onyanko point the onwa for fie. And until I made time free x-ray, na me dia babedru enim, na what the EBC and then I say, any the AC and then I say. This is the NPP. Now, Uba Wenima in 1962, the same year 1962, August, Omo try some be Nkrumah ewo Kumasi July. Omo ba August and they tried one. Any friend the Kulungugu bombing. Mokaya no. Esirem omo yasom ko bomb kwa Nkrumah kuno. Omo sa to Nkrumah was sirem. All along the NPP were behind us. Because they didn't like the idea say Nkrumah aje independence ama Ghana wabe the president. Inti almost had to Nkrumah with srim. What happened there? Team, stay with me. In the dusty town of Kulungugu, Nkrumah was greeted by school children bearing flowers. One bouquet concealed a bomb. As he bent to receive it, the device exploded, injuring him and killing others nearby. The nation was stunned. Trials followed, but the truth remained murky. Trust within his inner circle was shattered. Kwame Nkrumah ko srem. Ena osi free plane mu no. Osi free say omoba beje no awa we tu no. Ena NPP for Nanado Dankwa Kufuado then nananom NPP we ya no omo founders e the bomb e share flowers him say akwara bi fan koma Nkrumah say Kwame Nkrumah we de wabasrem akwara no krampo no sa maame no nansia no owu yesi na ne maame ne papa e ya ban adwuma e ne ya transfer omo de omo ko srem e na omo gi obi ba na omo de flowers share ni sem say fa koma Nkrumah Kwame Nkrumah si ni mu ebu ni mu say oje flowers na kasa akwara de ho of e na su ye edidim tata jebi dan kwa twen na buzi atwen na omudombo nkofo nyina atwen say kulungu de e wo say Kwame Nkrumah wu. This is the Kulungu bombing in pictures. We are metwaso.
High in the upper regions of our land, through northern mists, another day breaks. But to Ghana, this morning is set apart from other mornings. This is Kulungugu Day. Led by the regional commissioners for the northern and upper regions, Mr. Bawumia and Mr. Asumda, thousands of Ghanaians in cars, buses, lorries, bicycles, and on foot set out from Baku on the road to the tiny village of Kulungugu, scene a year ago of the outrageous bomb incident against Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and the peace-loving people of his land. To mark Osagyefo's fateful escape from the hands of his assassins and the tragic loss of many innocent lives in other bomb incidents, it was decided that Kulungugu Day be observed every year as a day when the forces of neo-colonialism were defeated by providence and justice, and a day of triumph for Osagyefo, his socialist pattern of life, and our stand for African unity. The village itself has become a political mecca, and to the spot come this impressive procession of thankful thousands. Chanting and singing party songs, the commissioners lead their followers to the actual scene of the first outrage. Gathered round the exact spot where the bomb exploded, libation is poured by the Atuga of Kusasi, and prayers of peace are offered at the site which once knew death and destruction. To our hushed audience, Mr. Bawumia spoke about the innocent victims who laid down their lives on the spot and that a fitting monument will be erected in their honor. One who accompanied Osagyefo on that fateful morning was Mr. Asunda, who referred back to the events which led to the bomb attack. Osagyefo had come to Kulungugu, where he was met by President Yamiogo of the Upper Volta. Together, the two statesmen traveled to Tenkodogo, where their historic meeting took place. It was on his return journey home that the attempt on the president's life was made. Miraculously, Osagyefo escaped injury, but 70 villagers did not. On his triumphant return to Accra, Osagyefo was greeted by one of the biggest crowds ever seen in the capital. Thousands upon thousands of men, women, and children came to give thanks for his safe deliverance. But even amidst the jubilation, traitors were plotting. However, justice conquers evil, and in time those who sought to spread destruction and fear in the land were themselves sought out and brought to justice. And so it is that today, when peace, progress, and prosperity fill the land, that Kulungugu is remembered. Gone is the fear, and in its place comes happiness. From the village to the city of Accra, and at the Young Pioneer Center, a grand dance is organized to round up the day's activities. While the red spots play the music, the dancers provide the highlight. Big attraction at this dance is the crowning of Miss Kulungugu, and the first beauty to win this coveted title is Miss Salome Ajete Ajin. And so a year passes, and the first Kulungugu anniversary is observed by Ghanaians everywhere, a day that symbolizes the joy of our people over a dark phase in our new history.
So what you watch there, how they tried to assassinate Kwame Nkrumah. But Mama Renfi, Kwame Nkrumah inner second Mahamudu Bawumia papa account. Do not forget. Assassination muno. Kwame Nkrumah assassination muna na or evade assassination yinano. Kwame Nkrumah CPP inner second no take a decision. Nkrumah befaha. Nkrumah be wuraha aha na Nkrumah betena obeje flower ha no na Mahamudu Bawumia papa ye frɛ no eye Mumuni Bawumia Alhaji ne papa na Kwame Nkrumah inner circle nim. And remember Mahamudu Bawumia ne papa ye CPP ni onya UP ni onya NPP ni na ne papa ye CPP ni na Kwame Nkrumah inner circle security detailing no na ne papa nim hubi. Mahamudu Bawumia papa na meka o enya Mahamudu Bawumia we ye baba ono so na asam so. Enti you are learning history. Okoto ankasa ye friend Okoto onwanoma. And the history is playing out today. And it's not just individuals so the ideology of a group of people are about together to form a political party called the NPP. And when I'm a person, look at the NPP. Look at the ideology. Look at what they can do from within. And it's like I say, their inner monkey is dangerous. The inner monkey of the party called NPP free UP Mubayano They are very dangerous people. Inti Mahamudu Bawumia, na Kwame Nkrumah, the people he trusts. 7 times and Mahamudu Bawumia papa was with Kwame Nkrumah as a CPP loyalist, senior member of Nkrumah's government. But for some reason, there were people still penetrating. Nkrumah's security was still being breached. Into Babusa say, there's some people around Nkrumah where they the ones working with Buziamo and JB Dankwamo to eliminate Kwame Nkrumah. Now, it's a question everybody we need to think about. The inner monkey in the NPP is dangerous. We are building a story. You should not be surprised because history is repeating itself. Enti, let's move forward. Right now, Kwame Nkrumah, Mahamudu Bawumia papa, ni Juma Nkasa Odiye, no is CPP ni. Bawumia papa no is CPP ni no ne Kwame Nkrumah ne nam. Pe Kwame Nkrumah kuni nyina de bia Kwame Nkrumah security yetumi breach ni nyina na Mahamudu Bawumia papa oye Nkrumah inner circle member. Think about it. Now, about 9th September 1962, the same year, Omoko Kulungugu I want to make Nkrumah. The same year, from August, the following month, September 9th, they took another action. And then your friend, the Flagstaff House explosion. Omode a wone to Nkrumah our Flagstaff House wakra. Still, Mahamudu Bawumia papa na oka Nkrumah inside trusted people no. Mahamudu Bawumia we ne papa. And you saw him in the video. Now, already a year 9 September, they see a year Flagstaff House. They followed Nkrumah to Accra. They wanted to come kill him. They didn't want Nkrumah to cross 1962 Accra. They wanted to finish him and say, Abobi Bekawa, if you want to mem. Every single day they were able to breach Nkrumah's security. Nyankopon di Nkrumah ho afofi. Emma Nkrumah, for some reason, he was able to escape the death. But the same people he trusted, including Mahamudu Bawumia papa, they were in his inner circle. And this is an advice to John Mahama. John Mahama should be very careful. But we are moving forward. It took us September 9, 1962. This is what happened. Team, stay with me. Just weeks after Kulungugu, a second bomb exploded at Flagstaff House during a celebration. A child died and several were injured. Nkrumah, though shaken, survived again. The Kumasi Command, a militant anti-Nkrumah group, was blamed. Mass arrests followed. The president's paranoia deepened, and Ghana's political climate grew darker. Almost Nkrumah fi Kulungugu ba na almost atu Nkrumah. Our Flagstaff House na omo ye djuma dibo na bomb sa suye edidim. Nyankopon di Nkrumah afofie Kwame Nkrumah ewu. Akwara kete young girl Tim omo ku ono so. Remember Omukoto bombo Kulungugu no nipa 70 ne wu ye one time. Omasa bankran asa to Nkrumah e wo Jubilee Flagstaff House. Omasa beto bomb. Omo investigations no na group bi wo Asantimemu ye from the Kumasi Command. They did not like Nkrumah. Omso omo chiri Nkrumah. Government in your investigations who said those were the people who were behind the Flagstaff House bombing. The UP are dangerous. The NPP, their inner monkey, is dangerous. Remember, don't forget, the same time na Mahamudu Bawumia papa eka Nkrumah inside trusted people who still Nkrumah still did not see. They were still breaching Kwame Nkrumah's security. They were still breaching it every single time. But Onyankopon, for some reason, was telling Nkrumah, look within. John Dramani Mahama, look within. God has been telling John Mahama, look within. Look within. Do not underestimate anybody around you. Look within, because na Kwame Nkrumah papa, Kwame Nkrumah oni ba omia papa ne nam. Oni ba omia papa ne boko suata free. Ba omia papa na ope Kwame Nkrumah position ni bi. Kwame Nkrumah na oji ba omia papa di. Every single time ba omia papa Kwame Nkrumah security was breached. Still ba omia's father was in the circle of Kwame Nkrumah as a CPP loyalist and a senior member.